Well, why would Jesus' scars remain? That's what I want to look at today. The scars remain. He died, he was punished, he was whipped, he was beaten, he was spit on, he was mocked. They nailed his hands, his feet, the spear in his side, the crown of thorns on his head. He died and he raised again to this new body. A body that was not like the old. He could just appear in the room. It says the doors were locked and they were hiding inside, and Jesus was there. Jesus in his resurrected body still bore the scars of his suffering. One of the reasons the scars are there is it shows the continued identity. That means that the same Jesus who died was the same Jesus who was resurrected. The one that they saw standing in that room wasn't a new being, a reincarnation of a spirit, but the Jesus that died was the Jesus who rose again. He's the same man. It was the proof that Thomas needed. Jesus' resurrection was physical. It was not just spiritual. He didn't just become a spirit being. He was raised physically from the dead. He was the same person. The Jesus who died is the Jesus who rose from the grave. His new and glorified body was incorruptible, as our new and glorified bodies will be incorruptible, but he was the same person. And I believe that when you and I die and we are raised again to new life, we'll be the same person. You'll recognize your loved ones in heaven. You'll recognize your friends in eternity. You will know them physically because you will continue. And this continued identity shows that the scars of Jesus are not a defect, but they are a declaration of His triumph over sin and the grave. So those scars are a powerful witness to what Jesus had done on the cross. Nothing to be ashamed of. Those scars also show the cost of sin. That sin cost. It cost God, it cost Jesus, it cost you, it cost me, it cost humanity. There is a cost, a deadly cost to sin. Romans 6:23 says, the wages of sin is death. In Hebrews 9:11-12 it says, but Christ has appeared as a high priest of the good things that have come. In the greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is not of this creation, He entered the most holy place once for all time, not by the blood of goats and calves, but by His own blood, having obtained eternal redemption. Sin cost Jesus His life. Sin cost the Father His Son, that He gave His Son to give His life for us because of sin. The scars also eternally show us that God has suffered with us. That God entered into this world and shared in the suffering of humanity in order to redeem us from the curse of sin. God loves us, not just from a distance, but He loves us right here where we are, right there where you are. He bore our suffering.